Chapter 32, Unfair Fight. How about that? High heels were finally useful for something. Evie discovered after hitting Ginny Gothel in the back with one, the dark-haired girl screamed and clawed at her, almost scratching her across the cheek. Not the face, cried Evie, furious. Anywhere but the face. Ginny lunged for her, and the two of them fell to the ground, pulling each other's hair. Jay took care of the Gastons by running between them at just the right moment, so they ended up bumping heads and falling to the ground, moaning. But Mad Maddie and Anthony Tremaine kept from the fray. Carlos knew the stepmother's grandson would shy away from a fair fight, preferring to have the deck stacked on his side, and it would be easy enough to send Anthony running if he played it right. What are you waiting for? Carlos said, throwing down some judo moves he'd seen in his video games. Anthony rolled his eyes and took off. Well, Carlos said to Mad Maddie, as the Gastons slunk away and Ginny ran off whimpering. It's only you against the three of us now. Maddie tossed her bright blue-green hair and sneered, her eyes wide with maniacal fury. You think you've won here? But I promise you, all of Oradon will burn. Just like Camelot, she said, cackling like a hag as she disappeared into the night. Evie picked herself off the ground and ran to the railing, scanning the dark water. Where's Mal? She asked. I don't see her. There, said Jay, pointing to a dark purple head and arms flailing in the waves. Dive! What are you waiting for? Evie asked as Jay hesitated by the rail. I can't swim, he confessed. It's not like there were lessons on the Isle of the Lost, you know. Carlos ran up and began to remove his heavy jacket. I can dog paddle. I'll go. Wait, said Jay. Crocodiles! Ma was surrounded by several of the large, scaly beasts, snapping their jaws. She was bobbing up and down in the water and screaming for help. We're coming, said Evie. Carlos is coming to save you. Carlos climbed up on the rail and stared down at the hungry crocodiles. I am? Go, said Evie. Don't worry about the crocs. Jay and I will draw them away. She gave him a little push and he dropped into the water. She saw his black and white head above the waves as he inched his way toward Mal. Great! How are we going to do that? Asked Jay. With bait. Awesome, he said. Wow, you really travel with everything you need, huh? Evie gave him a look. Hang on. Are we the bait? Asked Jay with a groan. Yes, hurry! Evie threw her other heel so it bounced on the nearest crocodile's head. Then she whistled while dangling a leg over the side of the bridge. Over here, yoo-hoo! Jay stretched his torso from the edge of the dock and began to wave his arms. Come on, over here, come and get me. Then, seized by a sudden flash of brilliance, he began to chant, tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. It was common knowledge in the Isle of the Lost that the crocodiles in its waters were no ordinary crocodiles, as they were descended from the one and only Tick-Tock himself. The sound of a ticking clock was almost a lullaby for them, and the crocodiles were hypnotized by Jay's chanting, swimming toward him and Evie. Mal screamed one last time before disappearing under the water, but in a burst of speed, Carlos was by her side. He dove beneath the waves and hooked his arms underneath hers. I've got her, he yelled, keeping Mal's head above the water as he kicked his way back to shore, dodging the crocodiles, which were now circling Jay eagerly, entranced by his rhythmic chanting. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Yeah, that's right. Come on over here. Tick-tock, tick-tock, said Jay. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Evie pulled her leg back from the edge and ran to help Carlos, and together they hauled Mal back safely on land.